Okay, so back to making videos. I thought I'd start off with Tank Warfare Tunisia 1943 by the same guys that made Gravity Team Tactics Operation Star and Mias Front. I've had this game a while. I haven't played it though. I've only just recently started playing it, and I've done a few quick battles, and I've also gone down here in the bottom right hand corner to this thing here, the come into battle thing, which just puts you in sort of close proximity with the enemy, so you have some quick intense battles. And apart from that, that's it. I kind of get it. I've delved into the campaigns a little bit, and so I thought I would just play it, and whatever mistakes I made or however hard it is or whatever I'm trying to learn or whatever, I'm hoping to find out through the comments and your feedback on that. So if I do anything wrong, please let me know. Okay, so this is the Faid pass. I thought I'd do a quick campaign to begin with, just to ease myself back into the way of making videos. And on this is obviously the pass that went through the mountains. It was the access through that mountainous region during early 1943, where the French had held. I think it says up here actually. Yeah, I read a book recently about it, and it said the French. Yeah, that's right. The French held the pass, which is around here, and the Germans took it back. They the French bugged out, and then the Americans had to come back in with a lack of air cover, it has to be said as well, and try and take that pass where the Germans had dug in quite deeply. So it was a very tough nut to crack, and eventually they did do it, but at quite a loss. So we're going to dive in. We're just going to crack on and get on with it. I usually play with NATO icons, but for anybody who's new at this game, I'll just keep it nice and simple. You can change these icons to these NATO icons, which are more sort of a military sort of style of just appearance, that's all. So it doesn't really matter, but these sort of icons are a bit more self-explanatory. I like this one. This one is Draft Platoon, and I want to know what this guy in the middle's doing. I think he's kind of dancing. I don't know whether that reflects that they're just a bunch of laid back dudes or whatever. I have no idea. Anyway, okay, so this is it. This is the Faid pass. We've got to get this. We've got to take this. There's a key point here, a major key point that the Germans are occupying, and a minor key point here that they're obviously occupying as well and defending well. And they've got tanks, they've got all sorts of stuff, and anti-tank guns. So we're going to be up against it. So I'm just going to crack on. I'm just going to see what happens and see what I can do. I'm hoping to have a turn on this map so I can get this tank company into the fight as well as these tanks here. So we'll see what happens. First thing is I want these. I think these are 37mm anti-tank guns out here in the front. I definitely need them there. Mr. Stark, who's the regimental commander, I kind of want him in the proximity of the first fight, because I'm sure he's got an artillery spotter, or one of these commanders has anyway. Oh, tanks. Let's get these tanks down here. This is an infantry platoon. So there's that draft platoon with the guy dancing and everything. Get these guys down here. Come across there. Repair platoon. And we can get them pretty close by. The circle around them denotes how much influence they have, or where their influence is, I think. I'm saying this with the utmost confidence, aren't I? Okay, that'll do for the first turn. What's this here? This is supply trucks. Supply trucks with ammo and stuff. So let's get you behind those guys there. Okay, that'll do. Can I move this? No, that's just supply. Ah, I didn't want them to attack, but they did. Okay. Right, so we'll have to deal with this now. We have got the tank platoon, the anti-tank, an infantry, and this infantry commander. Was it battalion commander? Right, so we might have some... Has he got artillery? I don't know. Well, we'll find out in a minute. There we go. We'll left click. You can right click and save it as like a quick battle if you want to later on in the game. I'll show you that. Right click, and then you can add an image, change some settings and what have you, and save it, and then that'll be like a mission that you can play outside of the campaign, if that makes sense. Okay. Oh no. Oh, there we go. Right. Okay. It's good to be back making videos. I tell you, I haven't done this for a long time. I'm a bit rusty, and I didn't have the kit. I didn't have a mic for a long time. It's only recently that I got a new one, and that sort of gave me the idea to get back into doing this. Okay, so look at the map quickly, just to get orientated. Right, so this is basically a sort of more a tactical map than the one we were just looking at. And here's the passes, that key point that we need to take. We're getting attacked from, what's this, the southeast here. We could expect to find enemy in the southeast moving across here. How big they are, I don't know. Let's have a look. Where are we? Let's get. Where are my troops? There they are. Okay, so there's the pass there. And oh no. Let me get this right. Yes, this is the pass here. So that's that key point we need to take, and we're getting attacked from this area here. It looks like so. I'm going to have to start deploying. My guns seem to be in a pretty good position to begin with, I think. Let's have a look. I like to use this up here to, yeah, where the green is, that's what they can see, and that's pretty good from there. I like that. And I presume it's a very similar story here. Yeah, that's good. Good lines of sight there. Not very good here, but that's okay. Bit of dead ground there. There's not a lot we can do about that. These guns here. Let me see if I can move one of these just to cover that dead ground there. Yeah, that sort of picks it up a little bit, I suppose. It's not going to be great. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I can spread this out a little bit. And who's their commander? Gersman. Where's Gersman? Right, Gersman, come here, mate. I need you with your guns. You're getting cover there. Nipple, I like the name. Yeah, nice. I know that's very childish of me, but there you go. Let's get these back here. These are just jeeps. They're not going to be much use up there. They're just going to get shot at. They're just going to be targets. I think they're part of the supply unit that we had deployed in the battlefield there. Right, who is Nipple and what does he do? Nipple. Commander, motor, the motor pool. So he's the commander of those. Just logistical things, I suppose. Sharp, right. Sharp's rifles. Have you ever heard of Sharp's rifles? That's a descendant of the battalion or the regiment I served in, the Royal Green Jackets. There you go. Medium tank M4 Sherman. So he's the commander of the M4s, and these are the M4s, I presume. M4A1 Shermans. So we've got M4 Shermans and M4A1s, right? And the only difference I think between the M4 and the M4A1 was the hull. I don't know which way around it is, but I think the M4A1 was the sort of the really good hull, and then the M4A1 was the mass-produced one that they could bang out of the factories because they were cast. Is that right? Am I saying that right? I don't know. Let's have these tanks out in the front. Face that way. Spread out. Let's get these spread out. Bit of dead ground there. Get in there. And have you there. Okay, that'll do. And an infantry unit. We need an infantry. Dyer. Right, okay, Dyer. Does that select his whole squad? No, there we go, got it now. Where are we going to put you? Let's put you with the tanks. They can provide you with some sort of protection, I suppose, hopefully. Now where is Dyer? Where's he gone? There he is. Okay, you get behind your troops there. So I don't want to get attacked from here. There are Germans here, we know that. So I need some sort of defence there, but I haven't got really much to play with. Now, has he got any artillery or anything? Okay, I don't know. I'm just going to put him there then. Here's his comms guys. Let's get them in there. Right, I think that'll do. That's all I can do really. I could do with another tank platoon. That would have been nice, and maybe a couple more infantry platoons. But I have to fight with what I've got here. Let's get you up there. Okay, let's move on to the next phase. There isn't a lot I'm going to do here. I'm just going to have a quick look around to see if I've got any artillery to play with. I don't think I have. Battery commander. Does that say battery there? Or battalion? There's a battery commander, so artillery battalion. So has he got any? Usually on the right hand side here you'll have something come up. I think that's just my guns, isn't it? These guns. Oh, I don't know. Okay, that'll do. Let's get it on. Okay, so we've got a foggy morning. I have got night battles turned off on this because I know when recording it, it looks really, really dark, and this isn't great, but I'm going to have to get through this because once I'm through this, we should get some good daylight missions. Right, I'm going to send a little recce out. Who have we got here? This is Dyer. I think he's the.
I'm sick of it all.
It's just an infantry platoon. Yeah, well, he'll do. Let's get his infantry platoon out on a little recce patrol here. And let's see if I can find the artillery. Have I got any artillery? No, I can't find it. Nope. It's okay. Okay, let's speed this up. So for those of you that don't know, I'm right clicking on this. This is your sort of play, pause button. Oh shit, what's that? Oh, they're getting hit back there. That's good. That's inaccurate fire on us, so we don't need to worry about that just now. I do want to spread my troops out a little bit though. Are they in a line formation for this recce? Look at that. Okay, okay, fine. We'll call that a recon in force, I suppose.
Sure could use a drink.
Let's get out there. You get out there. Let's have a little bit of armour going with them. You go there. The other thing I have learned about this game, and like all the other sort of games that Gravity make, is you don't need you don't necessarily need to micromanage your individual units, and you're sort of discouraged from doing so anyway. The idea is to sort of lay a large sort of overall plan, execute it, and just see what happens. So I've got the signals guys are getting their wires and all that stuff together. See if I can see one of these guys. You'll see they've got these coiled things on their back with the wire. Can I see a little?
Bring up a spare cigarette.
Change the icons. Okay. No, I can't see one at the moment. It's too dark. Who's this moving around here? Has he got that? No. Ah, contact. Here we go. Nice. They ran straight into my armour. So that looks like a small recce patrol. Come from this direction. And they're bugging out. Okay, well, let's go after them. Okay, I'm going to sweep this infantry platoon. I'm going to let them, the AR, manage its fire control. I want to recce up here a little bit further, and I'm going to keep these 2 tanks with these guys as well. Put them there. You guys there. Oh, here we go. Who are these guys? I'm a bit worried about just moving into sort of gun range of their anti-tank guns or something like that. But I've got to do something. I'm not just going to sit there and let them come on to me. Well, it's a shame the first video is done at dawn with this sort of foggy mist thing, but there's not a lot I can do about that. There's no way of controlling that. Can I get these things to open? I don't know how to do that yet. Get them to have the hatches open. So this is the night vision. What you do is you click on the binos and then right click them. So that's, you can just zoom in without the night vision as well. Oh, what was that? That was an anti-tank. Oh, that was an anti-tank. Infantry anti-tank. What was that going for? There we go. I'm going to pull these guys back. Okay, get back there. I'll get taken out by sort of, one bazooka or whatever it is, the equivalent of a Russian tank, or the German tank. What do they have? The Panzerfaust is whatever you call it. That's what that was. So get out of there. And we'll get our infantry coming from the right over here. Because they haven't found anything over there, so let's get that lot there to assault here. Okay, I'll leave them do that. Yep, this I'll explain the command level thing up here when I understand it better. But the idea is if that's in negative numbers, you'll have a number that comes up here. You can't issue commands because you're sort of spamming your units with too many commands and what have you. I think that's how it works. You move over there. And what to do with this lot? This lot is mostly the part of the gunners unit and logistics, so I don't want to be throwing them into a fight unnecessarily. I can get my guns facing that way because that seems to be where the main force is. And they are facing that way. What can they see? I can't tell. Here we go. I mean, they're pretty well sighted there, but I could get them on a little bit of high ground here. Yeah, perhaps get them there. It's a pain to move them, but time to earn your army pay, old boys. Looks like a right struggle. Oh, can you imagine the back pain?
Enemy sighted! Enemy spotted!
Okay, well, I'm going to put you under AI control, fire control as well. Okay. Okay, well, this first video is coming up to the 20-minute point, and I've kind of promised myself I wouldn't overdo it and do 40 minutes, 45 minutes, 50 minutes, that sort of thing. Battle's just kind of kicking off, and I suppose this is a good place to leave it, and then we'll come back to it. Here we go. Okay, thanks for watching. Cheers. See you later.